Welcome back, Mentally Ill.
Hello.
Today is Halloween. So we decided to do Halloween makeup with the story that we're telling. We didn't know a paranormal story. Figured that would be kind of like everyone would be doing paranormal. So we did another true crime story today. It's a doozy.
And you're gonna hate the Pictons.
Fuck the Pictons.
Up until this day, fuck the Pictons.
Sure. You subscribe, hit the bell,
Bong!
follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. And hope you enjoyed today's video. Hey guys.
And look.
So we fucked up and recorded 20 minutes of this video and did some of our makeup just to realize that not only did it stop recording on us, our mic also wasn't on. So we're starting over. Welcome back.
The story you're gonna hear today is about a man named Robert Picton. And Robert Picton was born in Canada in October of 1942. So Robert, he decides with his brother, David. We don't like David.
Oh, fuck you, David.
Right. You're gonna know why, like towards the end. But we don't like David.
Fuck you, David.
So David and his brother Robert decide, you know what would be cool? If we buy a farm. Let's just get a farm.
Cool. I too want to buy a farm.
So what should we do with this farm if we get a farm? Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if you tell me that you're getting a farm, I'm going to automatically assume that either you're growing crops or you're growing something on your land or your shit involves animals.
These are not bad assumptions. I too would think there's gonna be some pigs, some cows, some like.
And if not, it's like a plant
moo
farm.
Here, moo there. Oh my god, I don't know how to farm.
Right, or it's gonna be like a plant farm, you know? Weed plants.
Oh, yes.
You
Fully
know?
condone that.
Whatever it is. But these gentlemen were like, nah. Let's buy a farm and turn it into a party spot.
Like some cabin in the woods shit.
Yeah. So like they buy a farm, which I don't know if this is all over Canada or if someone just said this to throw the story off, but apparently to get a farm in Canada you have to get mentally evaluated.
Can't be depressed to have some pigs, guys.
So they get their farm and they're like, alright, make it all out raves. I'm talking about titties out, drugs out, good time. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
You know I.
Right. You know I. So his brother's like, you know what? I fuck with that. That sounds about right. And the farm is in the middle of scenic nowhere. So their logic is this is the best place to have parties. Because no one can tell you anything.
Let's shoot, no cops are gonna come to the door and be
No.
like, yo, lower your shit.
No, because you're in the middle of nowhere. So realistically, no one knows you're there. And no one can hear you. No one can see you doing drugs.
I mean, you're not bothering nobody.
You're not bothering nobody. But so they get the place and their parties are said to be lively, super energetic, fun, all this shit, right? So they start to gain a little bit of buzz about their shit. Because people are like, yo, they got sex workers up in this bitch.
Get that bag, sis. Do your thing.
They have all types of shit up here. They got crack. heroin, drinks, weed, sex workers, the whole fucking nine.
I don't know, dude. Like, I personally don't really go to parties like that. Like, I mean, I've been to raves when I was younger, but I'm like never been to a party that has like sex workers and stuff. And honestly, it sounds like a good time. Like,
have fun, sis.
Have fun. You know.
That's what you're here for.
Respect your sex workers. Consent is consent. So if they tell you no, back up. But, you know, that's a good time. By the way, this page, we support sex workers.
So his parties start getting a lot of buzz because people are like, wow, this is the wave. So, because they're getting all this attention, this man is truly like, keep in mind, he's talking to himself. He doesn't include his brother or anything in this. He's like, you think since there's so many people that I could just kidnap someone and no one would notice?
No.
Because his thing is, think about it.
If someone's kid at the end of the day, their parents are gonna notice.
But think about it. You're all doing drugs. You're here, but no one can know you're here. Because then you're giving away the spot. You're all high. You're all drunk. Who's gonna notice you if you're gone?
I'll tell you right now who's gonna notice me if I'm gone. So, I don't know about you guys, but I have a really good relationship with my mom. And I tell her everything. And if I'm going somewhere where I'm doing drugs in a far off location that no one knows where it's at, first of all, I have like 5 homegirls that if they weren't coming would have my location. And on top of that, my mom will know exactly where I am, exactly what time I said I am going to leave, and who to call right away if I don't come home at the time that I said I am going to come home. So I would dare this fucker to do that to me. Because not only you break the law, my mom don't give a fuck that you broke the law. My mom don't give a fuck that you just hurt her fucking child. And she's going to be worse than the law. Because clearly, in Canada, you never get justice. So, at the last case that we did, I just want to see this fucking try. Try my mom. I dare you. Try my mom.
I can second that notion. Her mom is crazy. Hello, Kayla's mom.
Hi,
I know
Mom.
you're watching.
She loves
Crazy
me.
in all the good ways.
Her and my father. Take me. Like, try it on some real shit. Cause they not gonna let nothing happen to me. It don't matter.
Forced to fuck with.
Bro. It don't matter if I'm going somewhere to do drugs. That's what I'm telling them. I'm going somewhere to do drugs. Like, as long as I'm safe.
As you should, though. I feel like that's the relationship you should have with your parents.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people were just disappearing and no one noticed.
Listen, we're in Canada. Justice is never served.
To me, these people didn't have parents that reported them though missing, or like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a relative, or like these people have family.
Honestly, when I was reading into it, this is what was fucked. The reason he kept doing this shit afterwards. So this isn't just one person. So for almost a year, this man was doing the same thing every party.
And once again, no one's parents, no one's family member was like, yo, my child's missing, my nephew's gone.
What finally happened is people who were at the parties were like, hey, where the fuck is Jessica?
I'm fucking weak.
And because for a while, a lot of people were like, hey, this person was in my group, and now they're not in my group. What the fuck's going on? So because it started to create hysteria with the people who were attending the parties, the police were brought in.
So they just came.
They pulled up, and they're like, sir, we would like to look on your premises and, you know, just to see what the fuck is going on. Because people are saying that people are disappearing. We just want to know that everything is okay. You know? So this man truly says, okay.
The audacity. Yeah, sure. Nothing sketchy happening on this farm. I'm just old McDonald doing my thing.
Right. I'm just
moo here, moo there, you know.
Right. I'm just a farmer, you know. And since the cops know about my parties, yeah, I'm a businessman.
I am a respectful businessman.
I'm just trying to, you know, bring some fun to the masses. And at first, they were just gonna leave and be like, "Well, we didn't find anything. Oh well."
That sucks.
Time to go home, guys.
So they just left. Obviously, they just.
Someone on the team was like, "Wait, but there is a house next to the barn.
Okay.
Maybe we should go check that out." And they were like, "You know what? Fuck it. We got a warrant. Let's do it."
But isn't a warrant for a house and a warrant for like a barn two different things?
They just had a warrant to search the area, the whole land. Because remember, he has a farm.
Yeah, but you need a warrant to go inside the house. Like there's like, the warrants are like specific. So like you have a warrant to go onto his land and to check his barn, because that's a part of his property, and that's the property that's open to the public. But his domain is not open to that. It's private property. So now you need another warrant to go into his house.
Well, they pulled up.
Fucking Canada, bro.
They pulled up.
Oh, maybe theirs is different from us. I don't know.
I mean, it would make sense if I have the right to check one part of your property. You know?
It just goes back to like what I'm saying, that just because I have the right to your property doesn't mean I have the right to see your whole property, because what they're complaining about is to the public eye, so anyone could go there. You know, like they would need a warrant specifically that says, yeah, you could go into the house.
But they do it anyways. And they pull up in this man's crib. And every cop that was on that team said that he saw the most disgusting of scenes. And you know how usually when you look at a crime story, even if it's gruesome, they'll have like the crime pictures. Mm-hmm. This was said to be so bad they couldn't even take pictures. Because it was just that repulsive. So they basically find dismembered bodies and body parts all over the floor. The house reeked. Oh, but keep in mind, when you first walk into his house, it seems like it's okay. But then you smell something. And then you find, that looks cool. Thank you. And then you find a door in his basement. That the smell is the most potent.
Oh.
So they pull up in there, and there's just dismembered women all over his floors.
It's just women?
Only women.
Of course. Sounds about white.
So the cops see this and they're like, wow, what the fuck? Like, what even is this?
What even is that?
I did not come in here with this intent. So they take him in. And they're like, bro, what the fuck? At first, he's like, but I didn't do that.
Who did it then, bro?
I don't know how that got there.
I don't know how that got there.
And they're like, it's either you or your brother.
Tell me he said the brother did it.
No.
Oh, Your Honor, it was my brother. I was just covering for him.
No.
I told him not to do it.
He said it wasn't him and he didn't know how it got there. And the cops were like, we know you do. Please stop lying. And he finally admits, like, okay, it was me.
You caught me.
Ha ha ha, I tricked you. The imposter was not under me. But, so they're like, wow, sir. So at first, he got charged for 10 women being murdered.
Yeah, that's all.
And because that was the only evidence they had. But after further investigation, they found that Mr. Picton had murdered over 49 women.
49 women?
49 women.
What?
All of different ages, all of different hair color. There was nothing that could actually
Like there was no pattern?
Nope. They were just women.
Did you rape them? Trigger warning.
Yeah, bro. You're going to jail.
As he fucking should.
He's just like, oh no, not jail. Anything but that.
Nigga, you killed how many women? 40 what?
49. Over 49.
Over 49 women. And you're like, I don't want to go to jail? Maybe you should have thought about that before you killed 49 women.
Because keep in mind, what's disgusting is not only were there body parts of women, but the body parts that were like dismembered, some body parts were shoved into other body parts. And then here's the doozy. So because he had a farm, he was the main producer of meats and crops for his town. This is why he's called the pig farm killer. He had a pig farm. And because he was taking these women, he would mix their flesh with the pig's flesh and sell it to the town.
Telling me people
were eating people. And keep in mind, the town was getting sick and didn't understand why.
That's sick. Very. That's twisted, bro. Like, that is fucking demented. Fucking disgusting. Like, who the fuck just was like, yeah, you know what? I want to murder over 49 people. And you know what? And when it comes to going to jail, I'm going to sit there and tell you, I don't want to go to jail. I'm too young. You're not going to catch me slipping. But, like, what? The audacity of this fucking man. Once again, talks about weight.
So, they find out that this man actually had some friends in on it. And some of his friends would actually come over to the farm and clean up the bodies for him. They were not charged.
They weren't charged?
No. Top of his friends not being charged. I don't know about any of you guys, but me reading this, all I wanted to know is what the fuck happened to the brother?
And
So the whole time I'm reading this, keep in mind, it took me 5 articles to figure out what happened to the brother.
5 are... Wow, your makeup looks nice.
Oh, thank you.
5?
5. It took 5 articles. And I'm not talking about like 2-page articles. I'm talking about like essay upon essay upon essay of this man's life. I truly read for 6 hours trying to figure out what happened to this man's brother.
Wow, you got more patience than me.
I was really invested in the story because I found the story on Facebook because I'm in I'm in a couple of weird
true crime stuff. Me too. That's how I found the Dear Zachary story. Someone shared it on Facebook.
But yeah, I follow a lot of them actually. Like the one I got this from is called Peculiar Oddity True Crime Story. And it's about like the craziest shit that no one talks about.
That's the one mine isn't called that, but it's the same thing that they talk about true crime stories that doesn't really get covered, and that's how I got Dear Zachary from the last story.
I'd like to point out you're doing very fucking well.
Thank you. I couldn't really see. So.
You can't see, but you're doing great.
Thank you.
But after doing some very fucking intense research, the first person they asked what the fuck happened was the brother. And they were like, hey, so your brother, killing people, huh?
What's up with that?
That's
new.
That's quite the profession. So that was also your farm, my guy.
I glad they pressed him.
So what's going on? And he pleaded that he did not know.
That's some bullshit.
That his brother was doing these things because his thing was, I was at the party. I was getting lit. So,
but Your Honor, I was getting pussy.
Your Honor, there were sex workers there. Someone brought crack. I don't know who did it. It wasn't my crack.
But guess what?
There was crack. And guess what? You know what I happen to like? Crack.
So it couldn't have been anything to do. But no, bro, that still makes no sense. Because they said the smell was coming from inside the house. And you live in the house. So you're telling me you never smelled it?
I have a fucked up nose. And you cannot tell me that I do not. You can go talk to my ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Okay.
So they're like, you know what, sir? We trust you, eh?
Fucking Ed.
And he gets to walk with no repercussions. Because the cops truly believe this man did nothing.
Sounds about wait.
So while all this is happening, his brother's in prison. He got sentenced for a life because he got charged for killing. Oh, I didn't even see you did that. That's fire. I like how you're adding the texture.
Thank you.
Like it looks really cool. It looks like rotten flesh.
Thanks, that's what I'm going for.
But in 2002, Mr. Picton was charged with 27 out of the 49 murders.
Why just 27?
Because it was said that he killed over 49 women, but there was only like physical evidence of the bodies for 27.
So fuck my other girls?
Pretty much.
Is that what you're going?
So brother walks, and Robert's in prison for life. But
something about this don't sound right. Okay, so
in 2003.
Oh, 2003. Okay.
A woman by the name of Lynn Eistetter decided that she was going to come out and say what this asshole did to her.
Oh, God.
In 1977, she was at one of his raves, and he was like, "Hey, yo, ma, you looking for a good time?"
Not with you.
And she was like, "I mean, are you gonna pay?"
As she should.
And he was like, "Of course. The fuck, what I look like?" So, you know, securing the bag, she went. This man stabbed her. Just for the pure fuck of doing so. And so she was like, no. Since your ass going to jail anyways.
Wait, all he did was stab her?
He stabbed her to, like, he almost killed her. So she was like, fuck it, let me add to your sentence. So the judge is like, oh wow, he did that? Really?
I mean, are you really fucking surprised?
And
what he's fucking charged with, my guy? Like, stabbing's the least of the shit that he's charged with right now. And you're like, oh my god, he stabbed you? No way. No fucking way.
So the judge is like, bring that ass back here. I gotta say something to him. He was gonna get more time on his, not like a life sentence is enough. But they were gonna add more time. But the only reason they didn't was because Canada's judicial system said You're a prostitute. And you do drugs.
Okay.
So your word doesn't count for shit. You get no justice. You should never been a prostitute. And they basically tell it's her fault.
No, you know what's gonna be your fault? If I punch you in your fucking mouth right now. That's gonna be your fucking fault. Because who the fuck are you to tell me my word doesn't count? Just because I'm a fucking prostitute. Bitch. Once again, going back to what we were saying before. Sex work is real work.
Yep.
It's honest work. And it's hard deserved work.
Yep.
Like, every day, these women are sharing their bodies. And guess what? It's not with themselves. There's consumers. Is why prostitutes has been around since the fucking dawn of fucking time.
Yep.
People have always solicited for sex. Always. Not everybody does it, of course. But it's always been fucking around. There's judges that set up prostitutes cheating on their fucking wives. They're breaking the law. Adultery is against the law. But guess what? You're not sitting in a jail right now, are you? No one's saying that your word doesn't count because you're a judge that's not for prostitute. So why is the prostitute word doesn't count? What's the difference between you and the prostitute? Oh, you're a white man. Sounds about white.
Go off, sis. June, they gave him the chance to appeal, and then in November, thank God, someone else in the Supreme Court was like, who the fuck told Mr. Picton that he could appeal this shit?
I'm glad that we have someone that's on the same page.
So in November, they truly said, no, you're not appealing, my guy. Sorry about it. And then someone else was like, nah, let him appeal. So they left the appeal and they approved it. And they were like, let him appeal his shit.
Why?
Because they wanted to hear his shit. They hear his side.
Don't tell me they let him go.
And then on July 30th, he says his side to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court truly goes, get your ass back in jail.
What did he tell the Supreme Court?
He truly tried to say that he didn't kill any of the women. And that all this stuff down there was because of like his brother and a dog. And they were like,
was he trying to say like the brother was lying? And like he did it?
yeah, like it was all him. Like Robert didn't do shit. It was all his brother.
I see a common theme here with these brothers.
And then the judge was like, that's cap. Because your DNA is all over the shit.
You can't even hide it, bro.
He had like 3 different guns, different knives, and like a bunch of torture shit that all had his fingerprints. None of them had his brother's fingerprints. It was all him. So they were like, get your dumb ass back in prison.
We gave you the chance to appeal for this.
Right! We thought you were gonna come with some Houdini shit. So because his shit didn't get appealed and he was forced to stay, he decides, let me write a book.
He writes a book. The audacity!
Because his whole thing is no one understands me. That's the problem. I'm truly in prison because people misjudge me. And that's okay. Because I'm going to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Writes a whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And basically admits how he murders them.
But I thought you didn't deserve to be in jail. What happened?
I don't. I was just acting upon my needs.
It was his need to kill. That's what he's telling you.
Mm-hmm. His God-given right.
Because once again, nobody respects women.
So, the book that he wrote is literally called Picton in his own words.
Okay. They let you write books when you're in prison?
He wrote a book, but he wasn't allowed to get any of the profit. Because he murdered people.
But other people can get profit over him murdering people?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he should get the money, but I feel like no one should be getting money. You know?
Real talk.
Like, this is about people. A man that murdered a shit ton of women just for the shits and giggles of it all.
But see, that's not important. That's not what we're talking about.
Oh.
It's the fact that he's not getting the money.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But in 2018, they decided that they're gonna put this man in a maximum security prison.
Ooh.
Because they were like, you know what? The fact that someone gave you the chance to appeal pissed me off. Get your ass in maximum security. I don't know why they didn't put you there in the first place.
I mean, they're not wrong.
And now he is set to be in maximum security prison for the rest of his miserable days.
And that's where he stays.
And that's where he stays.
So,
but let's not forget, he didn't have this farm alone.
I was gonna say, like, what? So, what happened to the brother?
He denied knowing everything about his brother did, right? You know this. So he was never charged with anything. But is what happens when you're a dumb motherfucker and you don't throw this man in prison too on that bullshit. In 2015, this man was accused of threatening a sex worker. And his exact words to this sex worker were, if you leave the town, I'm gonna fucking chop you into pieces.
I thought he had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. So the sex worker's like, oh, so we talking to each other like that.
I'm fucking weak.
I just came to make some money. So she was truly like, try it. He tried it. Oh. But she survived.
Oh, thank God.
So she went to the Supreme Court and was like, what the fuck is this? And they were just like, oh, shit.
We fucked up.
What do you think happened to David?
He was sent to jail, hopefully?
No. David's charge was a fine of $1,000.
Oh, he had to pay with $1,000.
Yep. Pay $1,000, and he was sentenced to 1 year of probation. Because what's funny is that in 1992, this man was also convicted for sexually assaulting women.
Oh, I thought it was just your brother. Huh? Huh?
He sexually assaulted women, and all of his charges only gave him a $1,000 fine. And that was it. That's all he had to do. Because in their eyes, he didn't murder anybody.
He raped
People, but he didn't murder anybody.
That's what we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna do? That's what we're gonna do.
Why would you charge someone so harshly if they didn't take the life of another? That was the point here. So he walks while his brother rots in prison.
He should be rotting like his brother.
Oh yeah. But because it was already stated that he already did the time for his crime, he can't be charged for it ever again. So David gets to walk while Robert rots in a maximum security prison.
That's wonderful. That's amazing.
That's the pig farm killer. Hey yo, so we did some stuff off camera. That was the story of a retard named Robert Pickton. Kayla, how you feel about Mr. Robert Pickton?
He could suck my dick. And his brother could suck my dick. And the judicial system of Canada could once again suck my dick.
Honestly, Kayla, what's going on over there?
This is like the third story that we did that was Canada.
Yeah, I think so.
So what's going on? Because let's be real though, all these stories are like in the past. So to my Canadians, if any Canadians watch, is your government still like this? Like, I know we're not one to talk,
Yeah, the United States ain't good,
but I know we still aren't good. But did your country get it? Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have slept with us.
ooh,
Yeah, I did exactly what I wanted. But yeah, I don't know. What in the right mind would possess somebody to just murk bitches just because you
Just 'cause
woke
you
up
wanted
one
to.
day and decided I want to murk people. Choices.
real talk choices. And choices at the Supreme Court of Canada. What's going on with you guys? 2016 ain't that far back.
I don't know. I can't say nothing. And honestly, I'm glad that scumbag never got to jail. But I know we're not gonna sit here and act like his brother shouldn't be in fucking jail.
Real talk. I feel like the brother should have definitely been thrown in prison with him.
Like, that's not what we're gonna sit here and do. I hope this bastard gets arrested one day.
Facts.
I don't know if he's dead or alive or whatever.
David Picton, we're talking to you.
Suck my dick. And
Drop
you just
dead.
deserve to rot in jail, just like your brother. And to all the victims, may your souls rest easy, and may you find internal peace, and wherever you want, live heaven, real life, death, whatever you believe in. I hope the afterlife is pleasant for you, because none of you deserve to go.
No, you were just trying to have a good time.
That being said, it's Halloween. So, happy Halloween. Stay safe.
Stay spooky.
And make sure you guys are taking all the safety precautions during COVID. While if you're going to any Halloween parties, trick-or-treating, whatever it is, stay 6 feet apart. Wear your mask. Don't be a dick.
Bring hand sanitizer.
And yeah, just stay safe, guys.